Greetings, YouTube. Happy Friday. I don't know about you, but sometimes I literally have to check my phone to see what day it is because it's Groundhog Day, where Friday feels like Monday. You know, every day is kind of the same. But we have the patch 27.0 release notes to go through. And of course, we have the new Black Widow skin. Is it me, or does she kind of look like Medusa in this photo? Maybe it's just me, but that's what I think. Okay, we got the new Black Widow, of course, in theaters, been moved to November. So there was some discussion as to whether or not that should be a Disney Plus release. For the moment, it feels as though it will not be. The Red Room Academy requests your assistance in the wake of the collapse. Black Widow has been tasked locating and recovering a lost mind control weapon. To accomplish her mission, Agent Romanoff will need the help of an old friend. So, rare across the battle realm with new foes to fight, and where old legions will be tested in this month's event quest. Black Widow, Red by Dawn, from Out of the Shadows. 2 new champions step into the contest. We got the new Black Widow, which was leaked. And so, I still wish, maybe this is me being too greedy, but I still wish they're like, hey, for the new Black Widow, we're just going to make her how she used to be before patch 12.0. Because that was an amazing champion. Also, it was patch 12.0, and this is patch 27. We are old. So, we're going to scroll all the way down, and we're also going to see, boom, there he is, the Red Guardian. Now, he does look remarkably similar to how the Red Guardian looks in the show. Keep in mind that getting both of these champion leaks, assuming that they stick with what they did back in March, will give them a chance to also do an early access bundle in week 1 where they make a ton of money once the new patch is loaded at the beginning of May. Okay, so we have both champion spotlights. Again, they do that because now they've technically been introduced, so you don't have to worry about that being after you ask people to pay $50 for 5 featured early access calves. But here's really what we're also going to talk about. You're being contacted on behalf of the Red Room Academy. Summoners, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to defeat certain targets and recover valuable intel stolen by our enemies. Each day you will be assigned a target in special objective that is in possession of a special key card. Information is limited, so we'll give you as much information as we can, but it will be up to you to discover the identity of the target. After you have defeated the target, you can use the key card to enter a Red Room quest where you will gather the important intel that has been stolen from us. A lot of CIA talk, right? In exchange for this important intel, we will offer you the chance to purchase technology that will allow you to access special Red Rift quests. So, Rifts are back. Remember those Rifts? They're kind of gambles. Well, I don't know how people could argue that Rifts are better than like the Squirrel store. Remember the nut store where you could use your nuts or the acorns technically, to get 5-star awakening gems and tier 2 alpha. There's no RNG in those events. It's just if you've got the amount of the currency, you get the item. Rifts, it's all about RNG, where the better items are the riskier paths, and you can easily get 1-star and 2-star chests. And that can be fun, I guess, if you like to pull the handle of a slot machine, but most of the time, you're going to try to get that 5-star awakening gem, and instead you're going to get some 4-star shards, or maybe if you're lucky, some 5-star shards. But I don't like that format nearly as much as the guarantee of what a store will provide on top of that. A store, once you get the currency, you don't have to fight a boss or multiple champions, or for that matter, use any energy to get the item. You just get it. Whereas Rift, sometimes you're using energy and you're also fighting tough bosses. And oh, by the way, remember the Rift horror stories we had where you had emergency maintenance happen and you had timers that you only had X amount of minutes, or maybe it was an hour, to complete the Rift. And if you didn't, you got kicked out and you did not get refunded your Rift shards. Well, that's still obviously going to be in play. And we know every time there's a new patch, there are going to be issues with the game, especially pro player issues. And if they find out pro player issues, they like to close the game immediately so they don't lose money on it. Okay, Cable fixed an issue where a special one attack would miss when firing at the maximum distance. Champion fixed an issue where his ponytail would stick straight out behind him during his victory animation. Doctor Strange restored PI to correct levels. That's been a complaint for a little while. Elsa increased her evade counter range. Guillotine 29 increased the sliding distance between first and second hit during Special 2 to prevent the third hit of the attack from missing. Hood clarified Hood's info page. Specify, first hit with heavy attack. Juggernaut, fix an issue that causes special 3 projectile have the extra. Killmonger, fix an issue with bleed, vulnerability. King Group, fix an issue where King Group could not shrug off the poison debuff from Liquid Courage. Mole Man, increase the speed of the animation at the end of the special 2 attack to resolve the confusion of him being hit while exiting the ground. Storm, we already have a Pyramid X change. Change the light 2 animation to improve the hit connection locations. Terrax, fix an issue where rock visual effects would remain if intercepted. So, how do you feel about Rifts? Again, it's not that they are not any amount of fun, but if you compare them to the Squirrel Store, they're just RNG gambles versus guaranteed values. And I use that language all the time when I talk about and grade offers. You typically want to put your time into a side quest where you know what you're going to get in the end. If I do this, I'm going to get X amount of 6-star shards, X amount of 5-star shards. Rifts, you don't know what you're going to get. You just have shots. And some people are going to do amazing. I can't tell you the Rift luck that I have been sent and probably will be sent, where you have somebody who gets 2 or 3 straight 5-star awakening gems. You have somebody else who swears they got nothing but 1-star chests. You don't control that. The game controls it. It's like you trying to control what champion you open in a 5-star basic crystal. You don't have to say. You just got to hope and pray you get RNGesus, not RNJudas. So I'm not the biggest fan of Rift quests. Maybe that means I'm too negative or too much of a downer, but I just like pro player side quests that are guaranteed outcomes for items or crystal shards. It's one of the reasons why I actually enjoyed this month's side quest. So what do you think? Are you excited about Rifts coming back? Comment below, let me know. And thanks as always for clicking on this video, especially during the time that we live in.